Welcome to Tunacheki's Africa in the News. I'm Ekimushi, and this is a show where we look at how Western media news organizations cover Africa, where we counter all the propaganda, the narratives, misconceptions, racism, and in today's video, just false news they are forcing upon Africa. So today we will look at how the new COVID-19 virus called Omicron is unfairly being blamed on South Africa by almost all Western media news organizations, be it the BBC, the CNNs, the usual suspects, to further their racist policies on their governments against Africa, right? So it's for a reason that this is happening. It's just not random, right? Yeah. So before we start, please make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell. It is the best way you can support our channel, and it's for free. Yeah. You can also become a Patreon or our channel member. We'd really appreciate it and help us reach 1 million subscribers. We are so close to reaching 1 million subscribers. And also make sure to like, share this video. It's the best way to tell YouTube that this video is a good video and it's worth sharing and to other people who are like-minded. So let's start. What's going on? So to set the record straight, this new variant was first reported and discovered in Belgium, right? And not in Africa, as it's being stated, like an African variant or a South African variant of COVID-19. So what really happened is that how this became a South African problem and how it's being reported by Western media news organizations that it's a South African variant or it originated from South Africa is that medical experts in South Africa were the first to discover and report the variant, okay? So South Africa, for most of you who might not know, has really a sophisticated medical and scientific and research field, right? And they are always at the forefront of research. So these scientists did an amazing thing, and they found this virus before it became this new variant, before it became like a real big problem, right? They reported it. They're like, hey, World Health Organizations, here's the new virus. But that translated to the media seeing it like it's from South Africa. So the media really didn't care about the science or the logic behind their reporting. They're just saying, South African variant, Omicron, South African variant. That's all that's being reported in the news right now. Instead of these South African scientists getting acclaim or being told, hey guys, good job, what they got is that their countries got banned. The UK banned them, the US has banned them, the EU has banned them. Not just South Africa, together with their neighbors. I will mention all the countries that have faced the ban, just in a moment. But just think about it. Think about it. You are first to report something. Instead of you getting rewarded or getting praise or being told, good job, South Africa, like you're being told you're the source of it. No, the source of it is in Europe. The source of this variant is in Europe, right? Europe and America have been like the epicenter of COVID-19. Most infections are going on over there. Most deaths have gone on over there. So for some reason, I wonder why Africa is still being targeted and blamed for COVID-19 till this day. So this blame and media attacks seemed premeditated by these media news organizations and by these governments, because the moment BBC reported it, the moment CNN reported it, the UK government issued a ban, the US government issued a ban, the EU issued a ban, like travel bans, right? Like they want an excuse, right, to pin COVID-19 on Africa. They want an excuse to use the effects of COVID-19 to try to curtail movements of Africans to their countries. To show you just how racist and xenophobic this ban really is, so travelers from South Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Angola, Mozambique, Malawi, Zambia, Lesotho, and Eswatini will not be able to enter the UK unless they are British or they are of Irish nationality. And it's just not the UK, so the EU and the US have also joined in that. The reasoning seems to indicate that this new variant cares about your nationality or your race or where you're from, which is absolutely ridiculous, right? Like, what if those people coming, those British citizens coming from those countries are filled with the new variant? Like, it really doesn't make sense, right? So if your point of blocking these people is that the new variant that actually started in Europe is not in Europe, why bring those Europeans back to Europe, right? Like, are you getting the logic? Something really doesn't add up why you are banning these African countries. So, from the start, and I repeat again, this Western governments, like even in China, they tried to pin COVID on Africa. They're trying to make it an African problem, right? From Melinda Gates saying there'll be bodies on African streets, to Chinese people actually, like the source, everybody knows COVID-19 originated from China, and China actually blaming Africans in China that they have COVID-19. Africa is a target. We are not disturbing anybody. We are not interfering with anybody else's business. Just by sheer luck, COVID is not affecting us as it's affecting you other people, in Asia, like in Europe, like in the Americas, right? Like, lucky for us. But for some reason, the world, everybody else is hell-bent on making COVID an African problem. But Africa is resilient, regardless of all the obstacles that have faced us from these Western governments hoarding millions and millions of vaccines that they're not even using it, from stopping Africans to develop their own vaccines. So these pharmaceutical companies, they're holding patents that can help African countries make their own vaccines so that we don't need their donations and their vaccines, right? Like African doctors in South Africa, African doctors in Rwanda, African doctors in Senegal are capable of developing these vaccines. But for some reason, they're hell-bent on giving us their vaccines, and those vaccines are not like the top of the best of the best. They're giving us their third-rate vaccines, right? Like, Africa is just a place to dump all the vaccines that their people are saying they're not safe for them, right? So they still continue to destroy our economies because of these bans. But still, Africa is resilient. Africa is like the few regions that actually are handling COVID-19 really good. So with that said, just to recap, this new coronavirus variant, Omicron, is not from South Africa. It's from Belgium, right? This new COVID-19 strain that's being reported like all over media and social media that it's from Africa, let's ban African countries, is actually originating from Europe, okay? So before you start throwing stones at us, please make sure you are not living in a glass house, okay? So with this said, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And you can check out our merch store if you want. You can. This is another way of supporting our channel, and we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And the more you show us love, the more we'll be continuing doing the Africa in the News series. This has been Mekimushi. We'll check you out in the next one, and always remember, Africa is watching.